Hey guys, welcome to another episode on my channel. So, if you have been following this channel for some time, you know very well that we are not wasting your time. There are many different ways to achieve function calling with Ollama, but I'm going to show you the simplest one and the fastest one. So basically what function call actually is, it's what it says, calling function. Just instead of calling function ourselves, we are going to use artificial intelligence for that. And I cannot state how useful this is. For example, in my favorite field of IoT, being able to call functions using artificial intelligence, it's literally science fiction. And now let us not waste any seconds. First, what I'm going to do, I'm going to import Ollama, like this. Then I'm going to import async IO, and one more thing, from typing I want to import dict any and callable. So as I said, calling functions, it's a usual thing in programming, but now we are going to use artificial intelligence for that. So what we are going to do at the end, we are going to provide some prompt in human readable form, and we expect from our artificial intelligence to be smart enough to recognize what function we are going to use, or better to say what function we are going to call and with what arguments. So what kind of functions I want to have? I want to have one function for reading file and one for writing file. So with one for writing file, I'm going to provide one argument, and functions for reading file is not going to have any arguments. So first I'm going to create those two functions. So def read file, and this function is not going to have any arguments. First I'm going to call open, and I already have this file in here. It's empty, textual file. We are going to use this file for this episode, okay, and we are going to open, so I called it my underscore text dot txt, and we are opening it for reading. Now content, it's going to be f read. Now we are going to close this file, and we are going to return content, and we are going to have one more function. So I'm going to call def write file. In here we are going to have text that we want to write into this file of type string. We are going to retrieve string. I'm going to call open once again. So my local directory, my underscore text dot txt, but now we are opening it for writing. Okay, I'm going to use f write. I'm going to write this text that we have provided as argument in here. I'm going to close this file, and I'm going to return, and done. Okay, something like this. So if you have been programming in Python for some time, you probably very well know what this is. And now we have to create tool definition. Because in language of Ollama model, these functions are actually tools, and we need to describe them in some way. So I'm going to create a variable write file underscore tool equals. We have to define type first, and type it's function, comma. Now we have to describe that function. Functions, column, function, sorry, column, and opens curly brackets. We need comma in here. Now function name, name it's write file, all right, comma, description. Well, this description is going to help to our artificial intelligence to detect actual function that we want to use. So I'm going to write something like write the file. No, better write the text into the file. Okay, seems fair enough. Now we have to provide parameters. And this is an array, not tile type. Type column, damn. Object, comma, and one more. Properties, also column, another pair of squirrely brackets, okay, and we need comma in here, and we need comma in here. Our argument is called text, and we have to describe this. It's of type str. String. It's called string, and of course comma in here. Write file tool, it's ready. I'm going to copy this entire code and I'm going to rewrite it. So write file tool, read file tool, type function, function name, read file, but it needs to be string. Description, parameters object, okay, but in here we don't have any properties, so it's going to be like this, and we don't need comma in here. Okay, make some space. Now we are going to use async IO library, and why we are using it? You are going to use this library only if you have multiple functions, and actually you are always going to have multiple functions, so make that your habit. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to create another function, async def main. This is main function. First thing that I'm going to do, it's I'm going to create async client. So from Ollama, take async client. All right. And now I'm going to print something to the screen. So print. This is going to be first message from our program. Welcome. What I can do for you. Now I'm going to take prompt with input, so we are going to input that text and I want to print that to the screen too. So print prompt column and prompt. And now I'm going to create available functions. You can call it like this, it's okay. So it's going to be dict, type str, callable. All right. And in here we are going to have our two functions. So inform text and then name of function. So write file column write file function. Now same read file function, comma. All right. Now we are going to create a response from Ollama. So response, it's Ollama dot chat. Okay, and we need some more space. So first argument is going to be Ollama 3.2 1b. That is a model that I'm using. And one important thing now, not all of models are capable of function calling. So before you try to use some model, check its documentation. Comma, now we are going to provide messages, optional parameter, angle brackets, squirrely brackets inside, and first we have a role. Role is going to be user, and content is going to be prompt. This is the exact same prompt from here, because that's going to be a question that we are going to provide to Ollama model. And comma, tools, optional argument. Now we are going to provide a list of our tools, write file tool and read file tool. Those are these two function description, you could call it. And now we are going to process this communication. So if response message dot tool calls. So what this actually means means that if our model recognize function call, this is going to be processed. So for tool in response. Now we are going to iterate through our tools, meaning through our functions. And now if calling available functions dot get, we are going to provide as argument tool dot function name. We are going to print to the screen. I'm going to format it, so I'm going to say function name. That is a function that we called. We are going to get it from tool function name. So name of this function is going to be printed to the screen. I'm going to have new line. Then I want to have list of arguments. We are going to get it from tool dot function arguments, and another new line, function output. It's this calling this function that we recognized. So calling, and we are going to provide arguments with tool function arguments and another new line. All right, and now if that is done, I'm going to check name of the function, meaning we want to run main function. All right, with try, I'm going to call async IO run main. All right, except exception and print by. So let us talk once again about all of this. First, we are importing Ollama that we actually need. This is our artificial intelligence that we are going to use. We need typing for housekeeping stuff, and we need async IO in order to be able to process multiple functions. We are going to have these two functions that we want to process, and this is those are called tools, but those are more like a description of our function. These descriptions are necessary for artificial intelligence use. And then we have our function mine. This is where everything is happening. First, we are creating client from Ollama async client. We are printing a welcoming message to the screen. We are taking command from the prompt. We are printing that prompt to the screen. Then we are creating available functions. Then we are creating our response in order to get response from Ollama. In here you are going to provide name of your model, messages and tools that we are going to use, and finally a response. This part is going to process all of responses, and of course you can run this through while loop, but I'm not going to do that for this episode. We are fine without it. I'm going to save this and let me check some. Yeah, I have mistake in here. No text in properties. Properties are empty. This read file tool has no arguments, so it's good now. All right, now I'm going to test all of this. Let's see. Right. Let's see how it's going to be processed. Function name write file, arguments text. Hey Ollama, how are you? Now hopefully we should see this text into my text.txt. Yeah. Hey Ollama, how are you? Now I'm going to run this program once again in order to read this content. Hey Ollama, how are you? So guys, that's all for this episode. I hope that you learned something new and interesting. So please like, subscribe, and see ya!